Hey everybody, welcome back to Catching Up with the Walkers. I'm Cassie and I'm all by myself. So you can hear it's about to storm here. I thought some of you guys might want to listen to the rain. We got some thunder and lightning going on. I'm under the porch. I got the chickens and some goats behind me. So I thought maybe you guys would like to hear the storms roll in while I catch up with you. So as you can see, I'm by myself. Gary's at work. Today's what I call my day off. I gotta just go in for 1 hour, 7th hour athletics. So I thought I'd catch up with y'all. I've been extremely busy, so I've been trying to jump in videos as I can. Had stuff going on at school, end of the year, like field game type things, field day kind of. We're gonna get a good one here in a second. Here it comes. It's a little chilly. Maybe I should have done this inside, but I assumed you guys would enjoy the view. But we finished up track season. I've finished up soccer season at school. Let me move you around a little bit and see if I can get some better lighting for you. I don't know if that's better or worse, but I moved you around a little bit. I don't feel so dark now. But I put my hood on because it's a little chillier out here than I thought. It says it's 55. But with the storm rolling in, it makes it even colder. But at school, I finished up track season, soccer season, finished up my end of the year field games. What else have I been doing? All of our kids have gone on field trips. Ransom's was the last field trip. It finished up Monday. So just been really busy. Everyone's busy. You're busy, I'm busy. Everybody's busy, but we try to video and document as much as we can for us, but also for y'all, because you guys really seem to enjoy that. So we love sharing our lives, so we want to do that with you. But the Ranger's still playing soccer. He's got about 2 weekends left of soccer, and Ransom has the rest of May for baseball, and then we'll be finishing up with that. And then we're going on an amazing family vacation. We're going to hit 11 states, and Ranger will have like summer basketball camps and maybe a soccer camp. So we stay busy, but the summer's a little more flexible. We plan to do a lot of fishing and just hanging out. So like I said, the storm's rolling in. My baby chicks are doing awesome. I'll go peek in on them real quick after I do this. Probably not take the camera if it's windy and rainy. The geese are on lockdown, which means they are taken out of the egg turners and they should be hatching at any time. So I've been talking to Jason over at Cog Hill. He's been giving me some pointers because I've never done geese before. I've done chicks, turkeys, and ducks. So he's given me some pointers on how geese are a little different than ducks. So I truly appreciate that. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. If you guys have been watching our videos, you saw we had a new baby goat born that we really wasn't expecting. We think we might be having one more by a gray goat that's out here in this chicken, Premier One chicken fencing. And the Highlands, people told us March, April. Is May 4th. Is today May the 4th be with you? Is that what today is? I'm not real sure. I don't watch Star Wars, but I've heard that before. But here we are, and we still have no babies. But a couple of them are starting to bag up, which means they're getting milk. So that's a sure sign that it is coming. It was just a little further along than what the sellers thought, which is okay. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So what are we going to talk about today other than Cassie just rambling? Well, if you follow us over on Facebook at Walker Farm Fam, I posted a repost of what a parent had posted on her Facebook, which I don't know her, I just came across, and I found it really interesting. She was talking about her son being disciplined by his baseball coach. The boy looked like he probably plays coach pitch or something. He was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8. And the coach was been over talking to him. And if you go to her post, there was a lot of negative comments on there about how the coach was out of line, yada yada, and these people don't even know the whole story. They just know what the lady put on there. And that happens to us a lot. We show a 10-second clip, or we show something on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and people automatically jump to conclusions on how we were wrong or right, or what happened, or how terrible the kid is, or whatever, when they really don't even know what happened in that little clip or in that picture or whatever. But the parent was just saying how her son had a poor character choice, and the coach disciplined him for that. It didn't say he missed a ball and the coach told him he was a terrible baseball player. It didn't say he struck out and the coach chewed him out. He made a poor character choice, which means he didn't have good sportsmanship, is the way I take it. He either said something mouthy to the ump or the other coach or the other team, or he laughed or made fun of someone. I'm not real sure, but he made a poor character choice, and the coach told him if he continued to do that, he'd be on the bench. And a lot of people got their undies in a wad because of that. So I feel like that's one of our problems in the world that we live in. Whether you live in the United States, Canada, Australia, wherever you live, wherever you're watching from, I'm sure it's the same thing. Parents don't hold their kids accountable like they should, and adults, leaders, don't hold kids accountable like they should. So I thought it was really cool that the parent, two reasons I like that. One, the coach got onto a kid for being disrespectful in whatever manner. I'm a coach. I've coached for a long time. I coach a lot of teams, and I care more about the kids' attitudes and how they act more than winning or losing. My job is to set them on the right path and get them ready to be an adult, to be a successful adult, to be a godly husband, wife, father, mother, successful employer, whatever it is. And hopefully by playing basketball or soccer or running track or whatever we're doing, shooting a bow and archery, hopefully whatever we're doing, we're learning how to do that. Some of my greatest life lessons was in my extracurricular activities. So one, I was very appreciative to that coach for not just letting that child be mouthy or whatever it was he did. He disciplined him. But two, I was happy to see that the parent didn't step in, make excuses for her child, get on to the coach for disciplining her kid, because we see that a lot. I fortunately haven't had to mess with that a whole lot. I've had really good parents, and that's awesome. But sometimes a coach gets on to a child and the parents automatically jump in and make excuses for them, or they don't like that you're getting onto their child. But that's just part of life. When they have a job one day, their boss is going to get onto them. Are you going to jump in the middle of it and save them? I sure hope not. At school, their teachers, their principals, are going to get onto them. Hope you don't come the next day with your pants on fire, ready to save the day and get them out of trouble. Because if they got in trouble, hopefully, it's raining real hard now. Hopefully you respect the parent and the teacher, or the principal and the teacher, and you want your child to act correctly. So anyway, that's something that I posted on Facebook the other day. I shared, and just something that's been on my heart, that and a lot of things these days and age, when I was a kid, I would have got my rear end busted. And a lot of times kids just get by with anything, and no one wants to hold anyone accountable. Not just kids, even adults. Adults don't want to be held accountable. Their boss gets onto them, well, I'm just going to quit my job. So anyway, it's raining real hard now, and I don't even know if you can hear me. So let's take a look at this storm. Cassie's rambling today is just, it's raining even harder. Is just head over to our Facebook page and check out that story that I shared. Read through some of those comments. You don't have to comment rudely back to them. I wanted to, but I didn't. Not comments on what I posted, but what on the parent herself posted. And you'll just see how crazy people are in our world today. Let's check out this storm, and then I'll maybe head inside and tell you what else we're going to do. Still don't have any plants over here. I still need to put some plants in these pots. Just been extremely busy. Everybody out here in the Premier One fencing has taken cover. The goats are in their hut. The chickens are under the coops. Everybody's hunkered down. So over here, the Highlands were out here a second ago. I bet they are under some trees now. Let's see. Not sure where they went, but when it starts storming, cows go and find them some shelter under the trees. No, we do not have a barn. Not very many people have huge barns just for their cows and livestock here in Oklahoma because our winters are pretty mild. The snow melts as soon as it comes out, and cows can get wet. They can go stand under trees, and they'll be just fine. So I don't see the Highlands. They must be down in those trees somewhere, which is good. The goats love, or not goats, the ducks love water. So they're right there, but they have a hut they can get into. But why would they? They love water, so they're just hanging out in there. All the goats do have a shelter here, then they have some small ones. And all the goats are taking cover. The garden is sure loving this rain. We haven't had to water hardly any because we've been getting so much rain, and down here gets real rainy. But the water seems to be clearing out pretty fast, but we might have to redo some of those plants. And then we're going to talk about our cold room right here and tell you what's coming up for that. All right, so I brought you back inside because I'm not real sure if you could hear me over that rain and thundering and lightning. But as you can see, storms roll in real quick here, and then they usually fizzle out pretty quick. I mean, it may rain all day, but as far as the thunder, the lightning, things like that, it usually fizzles out pretty quick. So a lot of you guys have sent us messages telling us you saw there was a storm headed our way in the last few days and you've been praying for us. We truly appreciate that. We do have a safe room. Ransom's closet is a safe room, so we do have somewhere to go. And we're pretty used to the storms around here. It happens a lot, but like I said, they roll in, they roll out, when we get a good rain. So I pointed out and talked to you for just a second, or told you we were going to talk about the cold room. So we have a CoolBot in there, and there's a link in the description about the CoolBot, where you can go check it out. I believe you can save $10 or 10%, something like that, if you use our referral link. But what it is it tricks an air conditioner into becoming a freezer. So we can keep it, it's like 32, 34 in there right now, because our local florist is supposed to be bringing flowers any day for Mother's Day. She needs some more room. She'll be making Mother Day bundles. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, flower things. And so she needed some more room to store flowers. So if that happens today or before we get this video out, we'll take you out there and we'll show you. If not, you'll see it later, or if she doesn't bring them, then we won't show you. But that's where we hung the hog when Hand Hewn came and did the hog butchering class for the Okie Homesteading Expo. And it's just come in handy, and Gary did an amazing job out there. So when those flowers get here, we'll show you. But the CoolBot has been an awesome product. Gary can control it on his phone. So if she says, hey, we're on our way, is it cold enough? He can look. Yep, it's 32, 34 degrees. That's what she wants it at. If you're a florist and you do it differently, I have no idea. We just do what she tells us to. So, but it's pretty awesome. So as I was saying out there a while ago, I think as a parent, as a coach, as a teacher, there's just a real big disconnect right now on holding kids or even adults accountable, allowing people to discipline them the way they should, and making people act correctly. So that's my big thing as a coach is I love to win. I hate to lose, but more importantly, I want to see my players, my athletes showing sportsmanship, acting correctly, learning the game of life and how to become a successful adult. And if you do all those things, I believe that winning comes along with it. So if you have a child or grandchild in sports or extracurricular activities or just in general, let's all do our best to hold the kids accountable, expect greatness out of them. Not everybody's perfect. I tell my kids that all the time. You're not perfect, you're gonna mess up, but I expect you to act correctly. I expect you to learn from your mistakes. If you do something you shouldn't, I talk to you about it. I let you know. You do it again, that's usually when you get in trouble, because I already told you that wasn't acceptable. Well, the rain is still going. You can see right here, it's just coming off the house like crazy. We do have gutters around the house, except for right here. We had to take them off to fix something and we haven't put them back on. But with the rain and the thunder and the lightning, our electricity went off. So I've been folding clothes and then the electricity went off. So I have this lantern that I bought Gary for Christmas, and I was using it, and then it went dead. So thank goodness I have this rock pal. It is a power supply that you can charge, and then it's good. It has 59% left. So it's charging this lantern for me so that we'll be able to see, especially when the kids get home. I'm getting wet, especially when the kids get home if it's still storming. So it's pretty much flooding out here. I keep calling them goats. The ducks are loving it, but we are getting a ton of rain. So electricity's off. It's been off for an hour or two, not coming back on for another 2 or 3 hours. So not opening the fridges or anything like that. As long as it comes up back on in a little bit, we should be good. If not, we'll have to hook up generators so that we don't lose all of our meat.
So Cassie showed you earlier the electric was out. Well, guess what? Now the water's out. So an unrelated thing to do with all the rain we have, they have a leak somewhere in the rural water department. So they turned our water off. They're trying to find the leak. It's off for about 3 or 4 miles of water line. So we are without water, which isn't a problem right now. Stock tanks are full for the ducks. Stock tanks are full for everything else. But I'll take you down and show you if we needed some water right now, where would we get it at? And we've got a couple places to go. And I get some sprinkles coming. So let's go feed the cows and I'll show you that real quick. Hey Ellie, how are you, baby? Back. I'll give you some food. All right. You guys survived the water today? The winds? The high water? You making it? Cece? You guys all have food. Eat your own food pile. Won't be much longer, I'm telling you. Cece will have a calf. So this is a little bit odd. I don't see the cows. Usually they hear my four-wheeler. Swoo! They don't see me over here. They're running to the normal spot where I always feed them at. But I think I'm gonna feed them over here because I'm gonna show you guys something. Come on, babies! Here they come, here they come. There's my girls. Hey, how is everybody? A little wet? You guys making it through all the rains? Yeah. Come on, babies. I got a little more over here. Come on. Cows are doing good. There are not many flies on that one's back. She's got a few more, but I can notice a pretty good decrease in the flies just from a few days ago. So when you're out of water, what is your plan B? You should always have a plan B, whether that is drinking water, especially if you have a farm, you need to worry about your cattle and what you're gonna do for them. Well, we got, like I said, almost 6 inches of rain probably in the last 24 hours. Luckily for us, our house is right up there and it sets on the highest point of the 60 acres. So the only way water goes from the house is down. And when water goes down, it's got to go somewhere, and that's where the flooding comes in for people that don't live as high of an elevation. But for us, we have a wet weather creek down here. And you can see this is probably as high as it gets, I think, that I've seen it, at least for a while, because about 300 yards over there is a spring coming out of the ground, and that's where this creek starts. So there's a lot of runoff right now, a lot of water moving. So for some reason, if we needed to get water for, say, our chickens that are up in a pen and our goats, we could come down here to the creek and we could get water out of here, haul it up there. We could flush a toilet with this water if we had to. So bad comes to worse, we are blessed to have a second water source, a natural water source here on the farm. This creek probably has water in it at least 8 to 10 months out of the year. So most of the time we're in good shape. So I'm gonna run down the creek just a little ways further and see how much more steam it picks up before it exits our land, which is a little ways down there. So I'll show you real quick. So this is where the creek actually goes out of our place, but out of our fence, I should say. We still own until the road right over there, and then it goes on the outside of the fence all the way down to where the road is. And at the road, when it gets this high, I believe it goes over. Let's go take a look real quick before we feed the goats. And that is the result of a lot of rain in a little bit of time. The culvert just can't handle the water that goes through it, so it goes up and over. I haven't seen this to the point that it's impassable. You could just simply go around if it was, but that means we got a lot of rain and a little bit of time. But like I said, thankfully we have the creek, and if we need the water, we got access to it, so all the animals can go do well, right, Jim? So our very last backup supply is our solar powered water tank. We have the old well place here on the farm, has a solar pump powered by that panels right there. Fills this tank up. Today it's filled up to the brim because all the extra rain we've got. So you can see we have several opportunities for water here on the farm when we need it. And when you have livestock, that's vitally important. You gotta have water. So I think it's time that I'm gonna have to get the goats fed, finish up chores, and head to church. So hopefully you guys enjoyed Cassie this morning and getting to see a little bit of the impact of the rain this afternoon. I know some people are more impacted negatively by this, especially when floods happen. So be in prayers for those that are impacted by the storms, whether it be tornadoes or floods or whatever Mother Nature is doing right now. Just be in prayer for those recovering from that. As always, we want to thank you so much for following along here at Walker Farm. We hope you have a great day. God bless, and we'll see you next time.